Hey guys, it's Jenny, and I'm bored, really bored of sitting around my house and working from home and not being able to go out. So, we're going on spring break in a couple weeks. So I thought I would make a shirt and hopefully we make it to spring break. So, this is a picture I took in Daytona a couple years ago. It looks like this, and I'm going to show you how to take this picture and make it into this image so you can print it on a shirt and not have to rasterize it. So let's get started. So this is my photograph, and I have a video on how to create a preset, or rather an action that you can set up your document. So I've assigned my key as F19. So what I've got here is a black background, and it's really a fill layer, so I can change that color to any color I want to without having to refill anything. So today I'm going to go with white. So I'm going to put this shirt on a white t-shirt, or this image on a white t-shirt, and I'm just going to bring that image up. And so what we want to do is find a really big chunky font, and and then use a clipping mask to cut the photograph out. So let's do that. And again, these are beginning Photoshop skills. So I'm using a font called AACHEN Standard. I'm not sure if that's a free font, but let's get started. So I'm going to use Center Justify because I want to be in the center of the page. I'm going to type in white. Now I could just come over here and click my color button. Okay, so I'm just going to click on my center line here and cap lock. Whoops. Daytona. And that is the word I'm going to use here. So I'm just going to kind of make it bigger. All right, that looks pretty good. And I'm just using my handles to drag it out. All right, and then I'm going to make another layer. And this one's going to be dreaming. Okay, and now I'm just going to click on my move tool again. And I'm just going to drag it out to the size I want. And that looks pretty good. And then I want to figure out where I want my bottom to be, because I really want to get this guy on the bicycle. Let me see if so this image is actually bigger. It's a big image, so I've got some room over here. So I'm going to move my image over. And get this bike down. So I'm going to put it right on the corner here, because I want as much of this bicycle as I can get. So let me pop my dreaming up again. Okay, so there it is. And now that we have our text in the length that we want, now we want to stretch it and make it bigger. Now, currently this is actual text that I can manipulate or change, the spacing, the tracking between the letters, etc. But this is as wide as I can really go on an A4 sheet. So I'm going to go ahead and rasterize this, because I'm going to distort the text to make it taller. And you cannot do that when it is a text layer. So you have to rasterize it. So I'm just going to right click on my text, dreaming, and choose rasterize type. And now I'm just going to grab this type now, and on the little handle here, if you can see it, I'm going to click, and then I'm going to right click and choose distort. And now you see that my mouse pointer turns into this little white triangle. It's like a paper airplane. And we're just going to pull up, and then I'm going to pull down, pull up a little bit more. Okay, and that looks so far so good, I think. I really want more of the bicycler in my text here. So I'm just going to keep messing around with it. Whoops. Let me hit escape to stop that. And maybe what I'll do is I'll move my image. So I've now clicked on my image over here, and I'm just going to move that image up a little so I can get in that M. Okay, there we go. All right, so now let's do the same thing to Daytona. And just so you can see what I'm talking about, I'm going to pull this photograph up to the top, and I'm just going to change the opacity of the photo. And if my text was black, that would work. Let me just really change it, and I'll get rid of that white text. So you can't really see it, but I can see, you know, where he's going to be on the photograph. So, all right, let's bring that back down and get my opacity back up there. Okay, and now let's work on Daytona. So I'm going to right click and rasterize that type. So now it is a layer that we can stretch. And I'm just going to click on this handle here, right click and choose distort. And then I'm going to bring that down. All right, and then I'm going to pull it down about there. And now I'm going to stretch it up. Okay, and I'm just going to keep working with it until I get something that I like. Just keep playing with it. And then I'm going to do this again. Okay, and now I can probably move this image down again. All right, there we go. Okay, so that is looking pretty good. And now all I'm going to do is merge these two layers that used to be text. So I'm just going to click on the first one and then shift click on the second one, right click and choose merge layers. So now this is one layer, and I'm going to click and drag below the image. And now on my this is actually a sunrise, on this image, I'm going to right click and choose create clipping mask. And so now all we have here is the image in the text. So now that I've done that, I think I do want a line, a black line or a gray line around the text, you know, just to give this text a little bit more definition. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and merge down our clipping mask. Now, once you do this, it's done. So what you may want to do is just make a copy of it and turn it off. So let me do that. I'm going to go ahead and group from layers, and I'll call this Daytona Dreaming. And then I'm going to duplicate that group like that by just right clicking and choosing duplicate. So here's my copy. Now I'm going to turn the bottom one off by clicking on the eyeball, and then I'm going to right click on the group and choose merge group. So now this is all on one layer, and I'm just going to add a stroke to this. So I'm going to go up here and go edit, stroke, and that's going to give us a line around all of the letters. And so let me make, I think I'm going to go with maybe this brown color down here. And so by going with color, I can just come off of here and just click on the color I want. So you see I could choose orange or this purple color. this sandy beach color, and maybe that's a better color. Let's see. I think I like the dark color. All right, so I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to use 6 pixels because I don't want it to be big. I mean, the text is already big enough, but I want it to be enough to define the text. So then I'm just going to hit OK. And now let me get rid of these guides by going up to View, Extras. So now you don't see the guides, and that's what the image will look like. And here is the white background, assuming that I put it on a white shirt. So just a quick tip for you guys. Hope you enjoy your self-quarantine. Thanks.